Hello my friends and welcome back to another video. Today is going to be me showing you every book that is on my physical TBR. We also have a sponsor for today's video, that is Parade. I will be talking a little bit more in detail about Parade here in a minute, but I just wanted to say a quick thank you before we get started. I decided to do this video because I'm really nosy. I love knowing what other people have on their TBRs. I don't know if you all are similar to me or not, but I am just a nosy person. I love getting a little sneak peek at other people's bookshelves and seeing what they could potentially read, and I just like knowing what other people have in their little libraries. So I figured that I would help all you fellow nosy people out there, and I would give you a sneak peek at my physical TBR. We are going through every single book, which I think it will be very exciting, and I hope you all are excited to see what's on my TBR shelves. That way you can all get a better glimpse of what I have at my disposal and what I could be potentially reading at any given moment, so I think it will be a lot of fun. But first, let's talk about today's sponsor, Parade. If you haven't heard of Parade yet, where have you been? But if you haven't heard of them, let me tell you what Parade is all about. Parade is an inclusive, community-driven, sustainable underwear and loungewear brand. Now, I know the first thing I noticed when I checked out their website was the different models used for the pictures. You are going to be able to see all different kinds of bodies. Parade does care about catering to everybody. The second thing I noticed was the prices. Underwear can be very, very pricey, but Parade's prices are super affordable. I'm currently wearing the Sheer Sculpt Bustier in Tartan Haze. It is one of the most comfortable bras I've ever worn, but not only that, I wear a lot of black, and so I like to sometimes have statement pieces, and I feel like a problem that I do run into is finding a bra that can make a statement under something but also be comfortable. I feel like that's something that a lot of us struggle with, having something be very cute and also be very comfortable. Not only do I feel very hugged and supported while wearing this bra, barely feel like I'm wearing a bra. It feels so comfortable. I feel like I could just go about my day and it won't bug me at all. So the Sheer Sculpt Bustier that I'm wearing is made with their silky mesh material, and it's made from rescued materials usually wasted in production processes and spun into the lightest yarns. It's breathable, which I 100% can see because, like I said, could wear this for hours and wouldn't even know, which means that it's great for everyday, all day wear. Parade has given me a code. It is Erin Megan 40. You can use this on the entire site and get 40% off. So if you're like me and you were in the market to find a new underwear and loungewear brand, and you want a brand that makes sustainable, inclusive, comfortable underwear, why don't you check out Parade and make the switch? Again, big thanks to Parade for sponsoring this portion of the video. Alright, now let's get talking about all the books that are on my physical TBR. So before we get started, I actually did tally my read and unread books while I was moving. I did this in vlogs that I filmed for my patrons over on my Patreon. If I am correct, I am not sure, give or take a book or two, but I think the amount of books I have on my physical TBR, including manga, is 410. Hopefully this will be a great way to have myself be more accountable for all the books that I have been reading physically, and hopefully that means that I can, I don't know, make sure I'm reading mostly from my TBR and I'm not buying more than I'm reading. I don't know. We're gonna start with this bookshelf. We're gonna start with the spinning bookshelves. I feel like that makes the most sense. So let's see what's up first. So first up off of this shelf, I have Small Favors by Erin A. Craig, The Charm Offensive by Allison Cochran, Summer Fireworks and My Corpse by Otsuichi. I have no real way of organizing these. The Last Party by Claire McIntosh, and Where You End by Abbott Collar. I don't know how to pronounce this author's last name. Then on the second shelf we have The Hollow Kind by Andy Davidson, Then The House Guest and Other Stories by Amparo Davila. Christopher Pike's Die Softly, which has been on my TBR for a very, very long time. Complicit by Winnie M. Lee. The Prettiest Girl in the Grave by Christopher Triana. This was actually sent to me by a subscriber. And Rabbit Hole by Kate Brody. Then we have Through a Glass Darkly by W.H. Hussey. This was part of my Twisted Retreat. These Fleeting Shadows by Kate Alice Marshall. Another cover that I absolutely love. I Died Too, But They Haven't Buried Me Yet by Ross Jeffrey. This is a newer book to my collection. The Counselors by Jessica Goodman. What Mother Won't Tell Me by Ivar Leon Menger. The Clinic by Kate Quinn. This was one of my Aardvark picks most recently. The Amulet by Michael McDowell. Beneath a Pale Sky by Philip Fracassi. This has also been on my TBR for a really long time. Beartown by Frederick Bachman. This is a book that I got sent by Atria and I'm not sure if I would like it. To Swoon and to Spar by Martha Waters. This was actually an ARC. This should be in my ARC pile, but it is not, so I think that was an accident. And then A Wicked Magic by Sasha Lawrence. I have Shortcake Cake Volume 1. I have Volumes 1 and 2 of Sasaki and Miyano. I have Donuts Under a Crescent Moon, Volumes 1 and 2. And then I know this isn't gonna be in order, but it's just because of how the bookshelves are organized because they spin. I have volumes 11 through 16 of Horimiya, so I have the other volumes on a different shelf. And then on the very last shelf, I have volumes 1 through 7. They are very, very heavy of the Eternal editions of Sailor Moon. I have the rest of them on a different shelf. These are so heavy. They're beautiful though. Before I let you go, I do not know how to pronounce this author's name, but this was sent to me by one of my patrons. Thank you, Vanessa. Thornhill by Pam Smee or Smye. I'm not sure. This is a graphic novel. Then Penance by Eliza Clark. This is a newer book to my collection. Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. Tiffany D. Jackson is one of my favorite authors. Monstrelio by Gerardo Samano Cordova. This is a lot of people's favorites. I've seen great high praise. I love the cover of this one. Fix Her Up by Tessa Bailey. I still have some romance I've been trying to get to. Then I have Welcome to Night Vale by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Cranor. Oh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I finally got Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This is volume 1. I've been meaning to read this for so long. And lastly on this shelf is Malice House by Megan Shepherd. Then we have The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is part of the Hunger Games franchise. All the Dead Lie Down by Kyrie McCauley. This was one of my anticipated releases of last year and I never got to it. All the White Spaces by Allie Wilkes, a book I've heard lots about but have yet to read. Toshiden, Exploring Japanese Urban Legends, Volume 1 by Tara A. Devlin. I picked this up because I love urban legends and I'm especially fascinated by Japanese urban legends. And then I have Lake's Edge by Lyndall Clipstone. It Will End Like This by Kira Lee, another book that's been on my TBR for a very, very long time. The Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. The Ghost Tracks by Celso Hurtado. This is a book that was sent my way and I just haven't been able to pick it up yet. The Last Beautiful Girl by Nina Loren. The Smashed Man of Dread End by J.W. Auker. The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. This was also sent my way from Poison Pen Press. Hyperventilation. I believe this is Korean. I believe it's a manhwa. Then I have volumes 7 and 8 of Love and Heart. This is a series that I have been reading. And then I have volumes 7 through 14 of Something's Wrong With Us. This is a series that I started forever ago and just haven't been able to finish it yet. I have volumes 8, 9, and 10 of the Sailor Moon Daytime Shooting Star Volume 1. I haven't picked up any more volumes of this one though, so I only have Volume 1. And then I have Volumes 1 through 5 of A Sign of Affection, which I have yet to start, but I've heard great things. I have Message Not Found by Dante Medema. This is like a YA mystery, I think. Mothered by Zoya Stage. This is the author who wrote Baby Teeth, which I really, really enjoyed. Night of the Living Rez by Morgan Talty. Darling House by Alex E. Haro is the last one on this shelf. Before the Coffee Gets Cold, I've heard a lot of good things about this one, and a lot of people have recommended it to me. Watching You by Lisa Jewell, one of my favorite authors of all time. I love Lisa Jewell. Cemetery Boys by Aiden Thomas. This is one that's been on my TBR for a while. I haven't picked it up. I've heard mixed things about it, honestly. At Home with Horrors by Sammy Scott. This is another short story collection. Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. This was part of my Aardvark subscription. Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman, I think is how you say this author's name. I've heard lots about this one. Witch of Wild Things. This was recommended to me by one of my patrons. Thank you, Jacqueline. Notes on an Execution. I don't know how to pronounce this author's name. I picked this up because of Gabby from Gabby Reads. I have Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. This was kind of an impulse buy. Lotaria by Cynthia Paleo. This is another short story collection based around the game Lotaria. Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno Garcia, which I love Silvia Moreno Garcia, and Mexican Gothic is one of my favorite books. Then I have A Magic Steeped in Poison by Judy I. Lin, which I don't remember why I picked this up. I think it was because I liked the cover. Big Swiss by Jen Began. The Bitter Wine Oath by Hannah West. And then I have the last two Practical Magic books, The Book of Magic and Magic Lessons by Alice Hoffman. Then I have Blood on the Tracks Volume 15, one of my favorite manga series of all time. Then I have volumes 1 through 4 of For the Kid I Saw in My Dreams. This is by the mangaka who wrote Erased, which is also one of my favorite manga series and anime series of all time. Then I have volumes 3 and 4 of Orochi, but I'm really behind on this series. I'm pretty sure there's way more out. I have volumes 1 through 8 of Beastars and this Beast Complex, which I think is like a little one-off of the series. So I have Sisters of the Lost Nation by Nick Medina. This is a book that I have been meaning to get to. Man-Made Monsters by Andrea L. Rogers. This is a YA Indigenous short story collection. 1 through 4 of the Myrtle Hardcastle Mystery series. So this is Premeditated Myrtle. This is How to Get Away with Myrtle. This is Cold-Blooded Myrtle. And then the fourth one is in Myrtle Peril. These were all sent to me by Atria Books. My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, a book that I really want to get to this year. In the Company of Witches by Aurelie Wallace, a fun little cozy witchy mystery. Scritch Scratch by Lindsay Curry. This is a middle grade horror I've heard great things about. Chlorine by Jade Song. And The Reformatory by Tananarive Due. I was going to read this last month and I never got the chance because it's so big. A Taste of Darkness, 13 Chilling Stories to Savor. This is a short story collection. It was sent to me by Amy McCaw, who wrote the Mina and the Undead series. This is Yamihara. This was also sent to me. This is a book. I thought it was a manga the first time I saw it, but it is a book. Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. Howl's Moving Castle is like one of my favorite Studio Ghibli movies. Silence for the Dead by Simone St. James, one of my favorite authors of all time. Insatiable Volt Sisters by Rachel Eve Moulton. This was sent to me. Make a Scene by Mimi Grace. This is a little romance that has to do with the baking. Never Whistle at Night, an Indigenous dark fiction anthology. I'm very excited to read this one as well. Murder in the Family by Kara Hunter. This is like a mixed media mystery thriller. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. This was also sent to me by one of my patrons. Thank you, Vanessa. On the first manga shelf is all the rest of Horimiya. This is volumes 1 through 10. So I told you you would see it eventually. BL Metamorphosis. This is volume 1. I don't have any of the rest of them. More Beastars. This is volumes 9 through 12. Volumes 1 through 6 of I Cannot Reach You, which is a manga series that my partner got for me. Suffer the Children by Craig DeLuey. Ghost Summer Stories by Tananarive Dew. The Cipher by Kathy Koja. Faces in a Window by Oliver C. Seneca. This one was sent my way. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. The Chateau by Jacqueline Goldis, another book that was sent to me from Atria, I believe. And The Wishing Game by Meg Schaefer. Morbidly Yours by Ivy Fairbanks. The Night House by Joe Nesbo. This was sent to me as well. Liar, Dreamer, Thief by Maria Dong. The Collective by Allison Galen. And Everything We Didn't Say by Nicole Bart. The Wife Before by Shanora Williams. The Lighthouse Witches by C.J. Cook. Depraved by Brian Smith. This was sent to me by the author. You Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno. Cunning Folk by Adam Neville. I love this cover so much. And You're Invited by Amanda Jayatisa. I think is how you say their last name. I'm not sure though. Blackmouth by Ronald Malfi, one that I've had on my TBR for a while and keep putting off. I have 2, 3, and 4 of the Valancourt Book of Victorian Christmas Ghost Stories. So I have these 3. I just haven't read them. I have Always in December by Emily Stone. This is a Christmas romance I haven't gotten to yet. Shade by Chad Nicholas. This was also sent to me by the author. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. And Pieces of Her by Karen Slaughter. I've been putting this one off because the last Karen Slaughter I read I didn't love. I have volumes 1 through 10 of The Promised Neverland. The other 10 are on a different shelf because I could only fit these 10. I have volume 8 of Parasite. It doesn't fit with the rest of the series, so it's all on its lonesome. Volumes 1 and 2 of Devil Ecstasy by Shuzo Oshimi. My partner picked this up for me. Then I have volumes 2 through 5 of Miyaruko-chan. These are the ones that I still own, even though I've read volume 1 and I didn't really love it. So I probably will continue the series, but maybe not after this. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is a romance I haven't had a chance to read yet. Vladimir by Julia May Jonas. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akweke Emezi. The Spite House by Johnny Compton. Did You Hear What Eddie Gein Done? This is a graphic novel about the serial killer Ed Gein. Volume 1 of Monstrous. This was gifted to me by Kaylee from Kaylee's Books here on YouTube. She and Her Cat Stories by Makoto Shinikai and Naruki Nagakawa. Then I have R.L. Stein's Party Summer and Christopher Pike's The Midnight Club. Another R.L. Stein, Broken Hearts. A Fig for All the Devils by C.S. Fritz. This was sent to me by a subscriber. Thank you, Katie. The Town by Bentley Little. I thrifted this forever ago. And The Fields by Aaron Young. Then we have Vanilla by Mona Kabani. Pet by Akweke Emezi. Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. The Only Survivors by Megan Miranda. This was gifted to me by the publishers. Homicide in Hollow Hollow by Mia P. Manansala. If Only a Heart by Caleb Stevens. This is a short story collection sent to me by the author. Brian Smith's The Unseen, also gifted to me by the author. F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby on my TBR. Have never read it. The Patient by Jane Shemilt or Shemilt. Shirley Jackson's Dark Tales, a short story collection. Freak by Jennifer Hillier, one of my favorite authors. Rave by Con Lavery, another gifted to me by the author. Sentinel by Drew Starling, also gifted to me by the author. Volumes 11 through 20 of The Promised Neverland. I told you the rest of them were on a different shelf. Volumes 2 through 7 of The Girl from the Other Side. I've read volume 1, but I haven't completed the series. I don't even own the whole series. Volumes 1 through 4 of Welcome Back Alice by Shuzo Oshimi. Then I have Like a Sister by Kelly Garrett. Cold by Mariko Tamaki. Please Join Us by Catherine McKenzie. This was gifted to me by Atria. R.L. Stein's The New Boy. The Doctor's Demons by Maria Abrams. The Key to My Heart by Leah Lewis. Lisa Jewell's The Family Remains. The Sleepless by Nuzo Ono, I think is how you pronounce this author's name, I'm not sure. The Reaping by Bernard Taylor. Latvona by Otessa Moshfegh. Small Angels by Lauren Owen. Unbury Carol by Josh Mallerman. This was also sent to me by a subscriber. Quebec's a Witch by Lana Harper, or Lana. Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. The New Neighbor by Carter Wilson. The Stroke of Winter by Wendy Webb. Shelter for the Damned by Mike Thorne. The Library of the Dead. Adrift by Lisa Bordeaux. This was sent to me by Sourcebooks Landmark. The October Society Season 1 by Christopher Robertson. The X-Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. The Girls in the Garden by Lisa Jewell. And The Dating Plan by Sarah Desai. Volumes 1 and 2 of Seaside Stranger. Volumes 3, 4, 5, and 6 of Wotakoi. This is currently what I'm reading right now, so I'm actually missing some off my TBR because I'm reading them. Volumes 1 through 9 of Inside Mari. This is also by Shuzo Oshimi. Like I said, I really enjoy Shuzo Oshimi as a mangaka. I don't know if I can show this one, but this is Avant-Garde Yumiko by Shuzo Oshimi. XOXO by Axio. How Moon Fuentes Fell in Love with the Universe. I have another book by this author I didn't even realize. How funny. Strange Tales from Japan. 99 Chilling Stories of Yokai, Ghosts, Demons, and the Supernatural. The Great Transition by Nick Fuller Guggens. This was sent to me. 20 Years Later by Charlie Donnelly. 6 Stories by Matt Wazalowski. Witch by Finbar Hawkins. Itza by Rios de la Luz. Kawabana, True Japanese Scary Stories from Around the Internet, Volume 1 by Tara A. Devlin, or Tara. Smithy by Amanda Desiree. This was also sent to me by the publisher. And The Manning Tree Witches by A.K. Blakemore. The Deep by Alma Katsu. Small Town Big Magic by Hazel Beck. Halloween Season by Lucy A. Snyder. Night of the Undead Horrors by Eric Capitan. A Reaper Heretic by Raleigh Barnes. Servants of the Sun by Raleigh Barnes. The Winter Sister by Megan Collins. The Cloisters by Katie Hayes. This was sent to me by the publishers. I do not know how to pronounce this, but this was also sent to me by the publisher. Royal Holiday by Jasmine Guillory. This is also another holiday romance I have. I have volumes 4 and 5 of Killing Stalking that I need to catch up on. I have volumes 7 through 10 of Spy Family and also the official guide because I really enjoy the series. Paperbacks from Hell by Grady Hendrix. I haven't read this, but I do own it. Volumes 1 through 7 of Parasite. This is where I keep the arcs that are sent to me. I put them down here so they're more in my line of sight than on the bookshelves. Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. The Silence in Her Eyes. The Mountain King by Anders de la Motte. 27 Minutes by Ashley Tate. The Antique Hunter's Guide to Murder by C.L. Miller. The Hollow Dead by Darcy Coates. Like Happiness by Ursula Villarreal Moira. Hopefully that sounds semi-correct. A Better World by Sarah Langan. Daughter of Mine by Megan Miranda. Love Lies in Cherry Pie by Jackie Lau. My Darling Dreadful Thing by Joanna Van Veen. The Main Character by Jacqueline Goldis. Strange Folk by Ali Dyer. Where the Dead Wait by Ali Wilkes. What We Kept to Ourselves by Nancy Juyeon Kim. Wildfire by Hannah Grace. Let Him In by William Friend. The Long Game by Elena Armas. Bride of the Tornado by James Kennedy. The Invisible Hour by Alice Hoffman. At the End of Every Day. Camp Zero by Michelle Minsterling. The Reunion by Kayla Olson. The Darkness of Others by Kate Holohan. Overkill by Sandra Brown. Hokaloa Road by Elizabeth Hand. The Night They Vanished by Vanessa Savage. And Nobody But Us by Lori Van Rensburg. More manga. I have volumes 1, 2, and 3 of Ajin. The Attack on Titan Omnibus, volume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Justin and I are technically sharing them, but we're both going to read Attack on Titan, and we got the omnibus editions. I have volumes 1 and 2 of the Abducted by Demons arc for When They Cry. This has like so many different arcs to it, so I just have 2 volumes for one arc. I actually have a double as well. I have I Hear the Sunspot. I have volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of If I Could Reach You. Volume 1 of Boy's Abyss. The Nightmare Before Christmas Zero's Journey Ultimate Manga Edition. I have volumes 1 and 2 of Matic. I have volumes 1 and 2 of Black or White. Volume 1 of From the Red Fog. Volume 2 of Call of the Night. I have 7 of these Agretzko mangas, graphic novels. My partner got them for me because I love the show Agretzko. I just think it's so cute. I have Haru's Curse. Volumes 2 and 4 of the Spirited Away manga. This has been out of stock for a while, so we just can't get the rest of them. I have volumes 1 and 2 of Yakuza Lover. Volume 1 of Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Volumes 2 and 3 of Can't Stop Cursing You. Volumes 4 through 7 of Midnight Secretary. Volume 2 of Fangs. The Horizon. I have volumes 1 and 2 of the Big Hero 6 manga. Big Hero 6 is like my favorite Disney movie, so. Soichi by Junji Ito. Volumes 1 and 2 of Perfect World. Volumes 1 through 6 of Living Room Matsunaga-san. Volumes 1 and 2 of Rent-A-Girlfriend. Volume 1 of Phantom Tales of the Night. Ibitsu. And lastly, I have volumes 1 and 2 of Mermaid Saga. That was my entire physical TBR. Hopefully that was enjoyable or entertaining or informative for some of you. If you like this kind of thing and you want to see like the rest of my shelves, I can do this again and go into detail on every single book on my red shelves if that's something you'd be into. If you liked this video, let me know. Big thanks again to Parade for being the sponsor of this video. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. We can become friends. I also have a Patreon linked down in the description box. We can talk about books, horrifying books, thrilling books, romance books, manga, all that good fun stuff. And with that being said, I hope you are having a great day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!